Alright, hello everybody, it's me, Clock, and today we're going to be playing Kingdom of Marionettes, a visual novel game about a Yandere Jester. Let's start. Figured I'd play this one. It reminded me of a certain freaky circus, or something like that. Who would have thought I'd end up trapped in a situation this strange? It all started because I was desperately looking for a job. Of course, I was desperate. My savings were running low, and I still had countless living expenses plus debt to pay. I applied to all kinds of places, but it felt like luck absolutely hated me. In a situation like this, I no longer cared what kind of job it was, as long as it paid. Cleaning toilets, catching bears, I'd do anything for $20 behind the gas station. Anything. That's when I found this job online. Oh, sweet. Thank God. A security position at an abandoned theater. Seriously, why would a place that no longer operates even need a security guard? I just played a horror game like this. Go check it out. Night shift security guard. Kingdom of Marionettes Theater. Working hours 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. Holy shit. Work contract duration indefinite. 20 to 35 age. I couldn't have been a child. Kingdom of Marionettes. Why can't I be older? I'd heard this place used to be famous for its puppet performances long ago. Oh, only 3 duties. Duty number 1, keep the theater safe from vandals. I could probably manage that. Duty number 2, clean the theater. That's technically outside a security guard's job, but whatever, as long as it pays. I mean, no. If it's in your fucking contract, it's not outside of a security guard's job. Duty number 3. Make sure none of the puppets are missing and walking around. Oh, what is this? Five Nights at Freddy's. Maybe I'm so sleep deprived I misread that. No, I read that correctly. Monitor CCTV cameras. Holy shit. This is Five Nights at the Freak Circus. What the shit? Make sure none of the puppets are missing and walking around. By the way, hi, Panda. Wait, walking around? Make sure there are no puppets walking around. What does that even mean? Maybe they meant making sure no one steals the puppets. Yeah, that has to be it. Whoever wrote this must be joking. Alright, then let's do this. I'm a strapping young lad. Here it is. After all this time, I finally got a job. Why would they give me a bed? Strangely enough, this job didn't require an interview. That's strange. When I contacted them yesterday, everything was settled almost immediately. Why would they give me a bed for the night shift? What did they expect me to do? Certainly they don't expect me to sleep on the bed. So what else is there a bed for? Rubs my hands together. Getting freaky. I almost thought this was a scam, but thankfully it wasn't. Alright, I have 3 tasks. First, keep the place safe from vandals. Hospitals do it? Yeah, but there's lots of sex at a hospital. So, fortunately, there hasn't been any sign of trouble so far. That only leaves cleaning the theater and making sure all the puppets are accounted for. But that makes sense, because there's a lot of people there, right? But why is there one in an empty, abandoned theater? Like, there's no people to have sex with. Only puppets. Okay. Well, let's clean up. Boss said I could clean it little by little. There's no need to finish everything in one day. In that case, I'll start by cleaning the stage. I head towards the storage room to gather some cleaning supplies. God, it's so dark in here, I can barely see anything. Try to turn on the light, but of course it's broken, as expected. Turn on my flashlight. Much better. Concerning. The storage room itself is quite dirty. I'll clean it another time. Hello? I'm so focused on gathering the supplies that I flinch when my foot steps into something. When I look down, I see a red ball. Oh god, clowns. Oh, just a ball. I don't remember seeing a red ball earlier. Might have just missed it. Okay then. Once I'm sure I've gathered all the cleaning supplies, I head back towards the stage. Cool. I won't lie, this corridor is pretty unsettling. What the fuck is this? This feels like Foxy staring me down at the end of the hallway. I got flashed on like 20 times with my flashlight right now. Won't lie, this corridor is pretty unsettling. Not just this corridor either. This entire place feels like creepy and dark. You're just not going to comment on the 2 bright red pair of feet with elf shoes on? Okay. Wait, it's just like Foxy. Rusty doors are covered with layers of old newspapers. Cracked walls are smeared with graffiti left behind by vandals. Most of the lights are broken or dead. Only a few are still on, and even those flicker. Dust and grime cling to every corner. Of course, that's not surprising. This puppet theater has been closed for a very long time. If I remember correctly, Kingdom of Marionettes shut down around the year I was born. Has no one really tried to take this place over all this time? Feels like such a waste to leave it abandoned. Place still looks so grand. Maybe this place could be repurposed into a cinema or a high-end restaurant. Perhaps someone might even reopen the puppet theater. That would certainly be interesting. Yeah, that'd be cool as hell. Look how many seats there are. My lord. But now I see why they're not opening, because that is a structural endangerment. I start sweeping the stage floor, moving from one end to the other. Just sweeping the stage floor alone is enough to exhaust me. The stage is enormous, and the thick layers of dust are stubborn and hard to sweep away. I look around me, then towards the audience seats. This is going to take longer than I thought. After cleaning the stage for what feels like 2 or 3 hours, I finally finish. Well, at least the stage itself is done. At this rate, I'll probably need around 2 full days just to clean this area alone. My body's completely worn out after all the sweeping, mopping, cleaning the curtains, and everything else. I don't have the strength to continue. It's probably because I rarely exercise and live off instant noodles. No wonder my stamina's terrible. What can I do? For now, I'll stop cleaning. Okay, let's checking the puppets. According to Boss, I didn't even get to check the cameras. I guess I should have started with checking the cameras, but I didn't think about it. According to Boss, there are around 20 puppets in this theater, and that's quite a lot. I mean, not really, they're just puppets. I walk towards the room where all the puppets are stored, located at the very end of the corridor. Seriously, who thought it was a good idea to place the puppet room at the end of such a dark hallway? Must be so desperate for money that I feel like someone who actually enjoys walking into a haunted house. Wait, I like that. Wait, I do that for free. I pay to do it. I pay to go into haunted houses. Wait a second. I grip the doorknob and take a deep breath before finally opening the door. What does that make me, game? What does that make me? This is the puppet room. I didn't get it wrong, did I? Whoa. Wizard room. LOL. Oh my god, crown you. Wait. It says crown us. But then the O is crossed out. If you ask me, it looks more like a prison. I was expecting to see a bunch of puppets hanging on the walls or something like that. But strangely enough, each puppet seems to have its own room. Alright, time to start counting. Take out a piece of paper containing the list of puppets. Who should I check first? Oh, the Jester puppet. Oh my god. Is it gonna be, like, not available? This is a demo, by the way. I forgot to mention that. This is a demo, okay? Just to tell you, okay? It's always a demo because people ain't got the time to make giant games for free, okay? They gotta get a little bit out there, get some interest, you know, maybe make a little bit of money, and then keep making more, okay? So if you want to see more of this, you gotta support the devs on itch and whatever their platforms are, okay? I always leave the link in the description below. Let's start with the Jester, because, you know, that's what the game's about. W. Let's see the Jester puppet. Walk toward a door with the name Jester written on it, and then I check through the viewing slot on the door. Jester puppet's room is decorated with striped patterns in various colors, mostly black, red, and yellow. It's filled with all kinds of acrobat props, balls, a unicycle, and many others. As I look more closely, I finally spot the Jester puppet standing in the corner of the room. I can't see its face since the puppet is slightly hunched over, but at least I know it's there. Jester puppet check. Check the Knight puppet. I walk toward the door labeled Knight. The Knight puppet's room is neatly kept. A sturdy, imposing shield is mounted on the wall, along with various other shield decorations. There are quite a number of shields, all in different shapes and designs. On the bed, I see a puppet sitting upright, a dark red cloak draped over its face. I'm certain it's the Knight puppet. Checked. Check the King puppet. I walk towards the door labeled King. When I look inside, the room is lavish. This is such a weird way to do things, but okay. There's a king-size bed with curtains, a comfortable-looking chase lounge, and several paintings. I examine every corner of the room, but I can't find the king puppet anywhere. Oh no. Is the king puppet missing? I check the puppet list I'm carrying, but I don't see the king puppet's name on it either. I suppose there was never a king puppet to begin with, or has it been missing for a long time? Probably missing, brother. If there's a whole ass room dedicated to it, come on now. Check the next puppet. I've only checked 2 puppets so far. I better hurry and report the results to the boss. Okay. After spending a few more minutes checking the puppets, I finally finish. Every puppet listed is present. All done. I head straight back to my room and report to the boss. All of my tasks are finished. Now all that's left is to stand guard. Being a security guard doesn't seem so bad. I get paid just for keeping watch. Pay isn't great, but better than nothing. What should I do while I'm on watch? I'm so tired, but I can't afford to fall asleep. I mean, there's a bed right there. I take out my phone and start browsing the internet. My knowledge about this theater is pretty limited, and my curiosity gets the better of me, so I decide to look up some information online. Kingdom of Marionettes, a puppet theater that tells the story of the everyday lives of puppets in a kingdom. No wonder the puppets I saw earlier were dressed in outfits from a royal era. Kingdom of Marionettes was known for its amusing and mesmerizing performances, enhanced by the puppets' charming designs. Was this place really that famous back then? They even sold merchandise and all kinds of stuff. I mean, the building's massive, bro. There was even a poll for favorite characters. That's kind of cute. First place went to the Jester. People really do like odd characters, huh? It's always the fucking clown, bro. Always. It's because of the mask. Second place, oh, and they're funny-ish. Second place was the knight, and third was the wizard. But also, clowns are just in nowadays, you know? John Wayne Gacy would have a field day nowadays. I end up getting completely absorbed in all this information about the theater, and before I realize it, I've been scrolling for half an hour. Oh crap, I need to check the CCTV. Okay, I never did that, I guess. Check the outer gate. I checked the camera at the outer gate. There's nothing there. Check corridor 1. I checked the camera in the corridor 1. There's nothing in there. Missing person list, unknown, incident, bunny. Check the theater hall. Check the camera at the theater hall, and there's nothing in there. Great. Check storage. I checked the storage room camera. There's nothing. Oh, there's something. Oh, there's something. There's something. Okay. I take back what I said. Someone just passed through the storage room. Was that a vandal? No, that doesn't make sense. How did they get inside? Damn it, I need to check it right now before those vandals do something that'll make my job even harder. I quickly grab a flashlight and a baton to defend myself, then rush out of the room towards the storage area. You get their ass. You beat him down. Beat his ass. When I arrive at the storage room, I find nothing. However, the storage door is open, proof that what I saw on the CCTV was real, not just my imagination. I have a bad feeling. Whoever this person is, they're somewhere in the corridor. I grip my baton as tightly as I can and slowly step into the hallway. It's pitch dark. Better turn on the flashlight. Ah! Alright. What the hell is that? After turning on the flashlight, I can finally see the dark path stretching out in front of me. But I can also see something else. A tall figure standing at the far end of the corridor. Rubs my hands together. Hello, handsome. The figure is draped in a red cloak, its edges torn and ragged. Its outfit resembles that of a knight. No, this isn't a vandal. It's the knight puppet I checked earlier. How could a puppet be standing there? There's no way. Puppets don't move. Yes, they do, actually. They're specifically meant to be moved. Maybe some vandals... Sorry, I don't mean to, actually, you video game MC. I'm just, for the audience at home. Yes, puppets are meant to move. Just, maybe not on their own always, but Five Nights at Freddy's would disagree as well. Maybe some vandals broke in and moved the night puppet here, and because they noticed me, they put it back so they could escape as quickly as possible. Yeah, that has to be it. Of course. Before I can calm myself with all these possibilities, the puppet's head moves and turns to look straight at me. Oh, good. Take back what I said. Intruder. Why the music gets so spooky. That puppet can talk. Calm down, calm down. Don't panic. But what should I do in this situation? Flash your flashlight in his eyes like 20 times. It'll work, trust. Who are you? He didn't say anything back. Well, go fuck yourself. Rude ass motherfucker. I never imagined the situation where a puppet would speak to me. Ah! Dude, actual jump scare? Not that scary though, bro. Yeah, I said it. Suddenly, in the blink of an eye, a hand clamps around my throat. Daddy? Sorry, I'm sorry. I'll chill. The night puppet is right in front of me, choking me with terrifying speed. On. Once again, an intruder. Seems more and more intruders have been... Oh, wait. Okay, wait. First, it is really loud, the music, right? It is really loud. Okay, and we'll turn down the sound a little bit more, but... It seems more and more intruders have been coming to this kingdom lately. How fortunate. His grip tightens around my neck, cutting off my air. Hey, nobody nuts yet, man. He's choking you out. He's gonna kill me! Struggle with every strength I have, punching his arm, kicking his legs, trying desperately to break free. But it's useless. He's far stronger than me. He doesn't even budge. My vision grows blurrier, sinking deeper into darkness. Is this really how my life ends? Killed by a living puppet? Jingle, jingle, jingle. Just before my consciousness completely fades, a hand suddenly covers my eyes. What are you doing in here? Huh? Who is this behind me? Another puppet? Niter, I believe I've mentioned this before. Wouldn't it be better if any visitors who wander into our kingdom were entrusted to me? For what? So you can carry out that absurd plan of yours. My friend, you're free to doubt me if you wish. I wouldn't fault you for it, but I do need this visitor. You understand that much, don't you? Suddenly, the corridor falls silent. I have no idea what's happening. The night puppet named Niter snorts in irritation before abruptly releasing his grip from my throat. I hear his footsteps fading away, a clear sign that he's left. Yet the hand covering my eyes doesn't move, gently keeping my vision obscured. Then I feel another hand slowly rest on my shoulder, making me flinch. Easy now. The danger is past. You may allow yourself to relax. Why don't you come with me for the time being? I assure you, I am not someone you need to fear. After all, any guest who sets foot in this kingdom ought to be welcomed properly. Wouldn't you agree? All right. Whoever is standing behind me sounds friendly enough. Still, it's probably best if I just go along with it. I nod my head. Excellent. Now come with me. The figure behind me guides me forward, leading me where they want while keeping my eyes covered. I feel like I had a lot of choice here. After a while, he stopped. We've arrived. Now, please, take a seat here and make yourself comfortable. They gently guide me down into a seat. Then their hand moves away from my eyes, finally allowing me to see. This is the theater hall. I turn around, trying to see who has been guiding me all this time, but there's no one there. What? Where'd that person go? Boo! Ah! The actual jump scare doesn't get me. Damn. Still unprepared and struggling to process what was happening, I scream when, without warning, someone's standing right in front of me. He gently covers my mouth as if signaling that he won't hurt me and to keep me silent. I can feel my soul almost slip from my body for a second. Slowly, he pulls his hand away from my lips. Was he like under my pants or something? Where were you? In my butt? The figure is dressed like a jester. Bells hang from the tips of its hood, and its outfit is colored red, black, white, and yellow. Oh, it is. It's like a broken mask. Oh. Wait a second. Isn't that... He is the Jester puppet. He move on his own. I remember the list of duties I read before applying yesterday. Make sure none of the puppets are missing and walking around. That moment I believed it after seeing Night Puppet and Jester Puppet moving with my own eyes and mind. This isn't a joke. They are alive. The puppet then snaps his fingers, and in an instant he disappears from in front of me. What? Where did he go now? Excuse me, what? A hand so small and soft, like cotton, like a kitten's paw. He's caressing my... Hey, yo, you can caress something else, man. What are you... What? Excuse me? He's even got painted nails, man. Oh, he is for the ladies, for sure, man. He caressing my arm gently with his puppet hand. A form so small, so easily broken, yet somehow brimming with warmth and movement. A vessel that reacts, trembles, and changes so beautifully. Wait! Oh, that's so cool. So... That's so cool. If you notice when he, like, talks, his movements of his mouth, the puppet mask part, it moves, but not the evil smirking part. Very interesting. Maybe it's painted on then? But I feel like it's very, very much so supposed to be like a crack, right? Interesting. That face, always shifting, always telling stories without meaning to. Is he examining me? Yes. You really are human. Yes, I'm human. I reply in a nervous voice laced with fear. Seconds passed, then hours, days, weeks, months, years. It's been so very long since all that faded away. A kingdom... Stop jorking my arm! Sorry. He started jorking my arm again. He stopped and then he started again. It kind of concerned me. Oh, my kitty's meowing.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay, Ginger's angry at the cat. Jesus. Okay, back to the game. Sorry. A kingdom that was once so lively, so magnificent, so full of joy, has now been reduced to silence. A kingdom that was once led by a ruler, one who guided us all toward our purpose, toward our lives, has now vanished. Like fledgling birds abandoned by their parent before they were ever ready to fly, we were left to be guided by confusion, by despair. Bro's a bit of a yapper. We move without direction or destination, not knowing where we were meant to go. And yet we believe that someday a new light will appear to guide us. A leader who will give us life once more and lead us toward the lives we were always meant to live. We waited and we hoped and waited, round and round, over and over, until the two became indistinguishable, as though they were never meant to be apart. And so that circle endured. It lingered through the passage of time until now. Until this very day, which quietly dares to call itself a turning point. Will this circle continue its gentle, merciless dance, unbroken, unchanged? Or will it at last begin to crack, to fracture, and finally shatter, granting us release from the loop we call life? What is he talking about so sudden? I don't understand. Is he telling me a fairy tale? Am I stupid? Don't answer that question. Fuck you. Because I know what you thought, okay? Secondly, yes. Thirdly, we're stupid. Okay, a kingdom. A place never far removed from politics, a realm steeped in tension, where seriousness lurks beneath its lavish, glittering surface. Like ice, bitterly cold, it requires at least a touch of warmth. No, perhaps half of that warmth to keep its balance. And that is precisely why I am here. To soften the air, to deliver laughter, to carry joy wherever it dares to fade. Now, can you guess who I am? This person, no, this puppet, seems to really enjoy talking. You're Jester? Ding ding ding, correct. Though to be precise, Jester is merely my role. Allow me to properly introduce myself to you, sweet human. My name is Justin. You may call me Justin. Did you just say your name is Justin? It was a pretty dumb fucking name. I mean, I kind of figured your name was gonna be something like that when the knight's name is Nighter. Though some prefer Jess, Jessie, Tintin, and quite a few other variations, I'm afraid. Now that I have offered you my name, allow me just this once to ask for yours in return. I just noticed, so he is wearing the crown, right? Like, he's wearing a Jester's hat, but that's clearly a crown, right? Like, built into his hat. Interesting. What is your name? 7. The default name is 7. Sure, why not? No. No. Sorry. It's gotta be Peanuts. Can someone ban Not Scared? Thank you. Peanuts. What a lovely name for such a lovely soul. And your pronoun is... Oh, thank you. Wow, you asked. But you didn't give me your pronouns. He, him. Understood. But tell me, what brings you to this kingdom, I wonder? Are you perhaps carrying out a duty for the crown? Keeps referring to this theater as a kingdom. It's literally called Kingdom of Marionettes, brother. It's starting to confuse me. Also, the way he speaks is really strange. But whatever, I'll play along for now. I just want to get out of here as soon as possible. I'm just a security guard. My job is to watch over this theater and do a bit of cleaning on the side. I hope my answer satisfies him. But suddenly he starts laughing, and I have no idea why. Is my answer really that amusing to him? Ah, a guardian, is it? Such a noble calling. A protector of the kingdom. One who stands firm, fighting on until the very last drop of blood. And yet, regrettably, you cannot become a guardian here. What do you mean? You see, we already have a knight who serves as this kingdom's shield. His name is Nighter, and we have no intention of welcoming another. One knight is more than sufficient. I don't think that's how that worked back in the day. I think a lot of kingdoms had more than one knight. Is he talking about roles in this theater? Oh, then I'll just be a cleaner, I guess. We already have plenty of maids here, and I don't think it would be possible for us to add another. Alright then, I suppose I'll just be no one. Oh no. Everyone who comes here must have a role of their own. And that role that currently stands vacant is the king, the queen, the ruler of the kingdom. Alright, but why is only the position of king empty? What happened to the previous king? He just said queen was also open, okay, excuse me. When I checked the puppets earlier, there was a room labeled the king, so the king puppet must have existed. Sadly, he passed away. Oh, I'm sorry. My condolences. It's alright, my dear. That is simply how life is. People come... Why did you say it like that? Why did you Why did you say come like that? I know what you are. And go. It is part of a cycle you cannot escape. I believe humans understand that very much. He then clapped his hands. Well, I'll definitely be coming. It's been a very long time since the king passed. This kingdom has grown terribly dark, filled with silence, without direction or joy. And I must admit, it has grown rather boring in here. But now that I have met such a sweet human before me, why don't you indulge me in a little game? Your Majesty. Your Majesty. Me? His smile widened. Yes, let us play a bit of acting. You shall pretend to be the king, and I will be your jester. Oh, do forgive me. I have been a jester from the very beginning. How foolish of me. Justin then snapped his fingers, and before I knew it, he had moved into the stage. Ooh, I like that though. The art is 10 out of 10. Now then, shall we allow the performance to begin? Wait. I've never acted before. I don't even know how. Oh no, my dear. Simply live, as though you have always been the ruler of this kingdom. Justin snapped his fingers again. And in an instant, I found myself already on the stage, seated upon a plush throne, a crown resting atop my head. What? One day, beneath the scorching summer sun, the kingdom was struck by trouble once more. The farmers were filled with sorrow as the relentless heat of summer scorched the land. Crops withered and failed under the drought, leaving the fields barren. As a result, the farmers suffered great losses, with no harvest left to sell. In the end, the farmers brought their plight before His Majesty, hoping he might receive aid and relief. I looked around, trying to find the source of the voice that sounded like a narrator. Within the kingdom, His Majesty sat upon his throne, his expression clouded with confusion, when Justin the royal jester appeared before his to relay the troubles faced by the farmers. Good evening, Your Majesty. Justin appeared and bowed before me with the utmost reverence. What a truly beautiful day today is. A day just as fitting to tend to the little troubles stirring within the kingdom. Wouldn't you agree, Your Majesty? Troubles in the kingdom. Indeed, Your Majesty. As of late, the townsfolk have begun to voice their worries. The harvests have failed, brought low by the relentless drought of the dry season. And as one might expect, such misfortune has left them quite lacking in means. Please come in, dear guest. A man who worked as a farmer then entered, after Justin granted the man permission to enter. Suddenly, a puppet dressed as a farmer stepped forward and knelt before me. Oh, puppet farmer, okay. It looks like he kind of has like real ears, but okay, anyways. Greetings, Your Majesty. Please forgive my boldness, but we come before you to humbly seek your aid. Due to the failed harvests, we no longer have the means to replace the crops that withered, nor do we have the funds to meet our daily needs. Why his eyes look like that? Because he's been crying like a little bitch boy. Fuck you crying for, boy? Didn't you hear there's a drought? You better save those tears, because I'm gonna need them to drink. Thus we beg you to grant us your guidance. Having been dragged into the role of a king without warning, confusion washed over me. My own troubles were far from resolved, and now I was expected to find a way to save the farmers as well? What am I supposed to do? Okay, give them water, build water channels, give them new seeds. I need time to think. You should find a solution yourself. Let's build water channels so they can watch water move on TV. That's what that means. I don't know much about farming, but I once read that drought can be handled by building water channels. I don't think that's a bad idea. Hopefully. How about we build water channels? That way the crops won't dry out. Upon hearing the king's decision to build the water channels, the farmer's heart danced with joy. Alright. The narrator's voice, that's coming from who knows where, was starting to make me uneasy. The farmer seemed to think for a moment, then nodded in agreement. Of course, Your Majesty. That is a good idea. I sigh with relief. Then I will provide the funds to build the channels as soon as possible. Very well, Your Majesty. Thank you very much. With a joyful heart, the farmer finally left the palace to deliver the good news. The farmer puppet then stood up and left the stage. What is this game called? Kingdom of Marionettes. It's just a demo. After that, the farmer stood up and walked off the stage. I can feel Justin's gaze fixed on me. Truly admirable choice, Your Majesty. Water channels to fight a drought. A solution that looks far into the future. You thought about the next season, and the season after that. He paused, smiling. Perhaps a little too far. Tell me, Your Majesty, what was the farmer's problem right now? Huh? The drought caused the crops to fail, leaving them with no income to buy new seeds and no money to meet their daily needs. Yeah, there was no real perfect solution. Honestly, if I gave them water, they have no seeds, they have no money. If I give them seeds, they ain't got no fucking water to grow those seeds. So yeah, the next best thing is, yes, some people gonna fucking die, Justin. Oh, excellent, you remembered. 5 stars for vision. And yet a hungry farmer cannot eat a future harvest. He chuckled softly. It seems you may need to do a little more than simply building water channels. Yeah, it's gonna be more work, but that's the first step, bro. Oh, he's right. Being a king is really hard. I mean, I'm just a security guard desperate for money just to survive. Now, all of a sudden, I'm being dragged into playing the role of a queen by living puppets. Hey, I picked he, him. But maybe it's king and queen. Maybe I get to be both. A little androgynous, you know? I'm really not that fit to be a leader. Is it finished? Finished? If governing a kingdom were that simple, Your Majesty, I fear we would have far fewer queens. I see we've just given up on King. There's still more. The day passed slowly within the kingdom, and without His Majesty realizing it, the time had once shown 9 in the morning, had already advanced to 1 in the afternoon. At that very moment, a formal letter from another kingdom suddenly arrived. Upon learning of this, the butler promptly took the letter and set out to deliver it to His Majesty. Suddenly, a butler dressed puppet approached Justin and handed him a parchment scroll. Justin read it for a moment. His expression turned... You know, you said you were going to play as the Jester. Why are you just playing as the king? Justin read it for a moment. His expression turned focused, before his eyes shifted towards me and that wide smile returned to his face. Your Majesty, we have received a most astonishing and rather intriguing request from a neighboring kingdom. It is all written here in ink upon this scroll. In short, they wish to purchase a small piece of land along our border under the pretense of facilitating trade. How would that even do that? Should your Majesty agree to this arrangement, they are prepared to offer compensation in gold coins, an amount I am quite certain would give your Majesty a heart attack on the spot. So then, what will you do, Your Majesty? What land, brother? Oh no, this is starting to sound complicated. What should I do? Agree, refuse, delay? Brother, what land? How am I supposed to make a decision? Brother, you're a dick. You could have told me. You should have just given me the letter. Fuck you. This Jester guy messing with me. I don't know, delay it. Of course, Your Majesty. After all, a choice left undecided is still a choice. Time, however, is rarely as patient as we wish it to be. Very well, then. I shall inform our neighbors of your Majesty's will. And I believe that for now, the matters your Majesty was required to resolve have reached the end of today's program. You may rest your head now, your Majesty. Finally, it ends. I don't know if my brain can handle these kingdoms things anymore. Before I finally am able to let myself relax, my phone rang. Oh no, it has to be my debt collector. I really don't want to deal with this right now. I don't have the money to pay. He got all upset. But I don't really have a choice. Hello? Peanuts, you know why I'm calling you, don't you? Of course. So, I'm sorry, I can't pay it right now. But I just got a job again. You just need to wait until payday. Fine. But remember, you've already delayed this for 5 months. I know. Thank you for your understanding. Moments after ending the call, I leaned my body against my seat, needing a brief rest. I have to pay it within a month. I ran my fingers through my hair in frustration, before remembering that Justin was still standing in front of me. Oh, sorry, Justin. That was just a personal matter. Suddenly, Justin's hand gently closed around my shoulder. He looked at me with that wide smile of his. Your Majesty, your personal matters are the kingdom's matters. And that makes them my concern as well, as the kingdom's jester. From what I observed in your conversation through that technology just now, it seems your Majesty is in debt to another kingdom. Am I correct? Yeah. His hand on my shoulder gently kneaded the tension away. Instantly, I felt myself relax. You may tell me your troubles, your Majesty. After all, I am your most loyal and only jester. I've been thinking about the kingdom's finances for a long time now. They've been dwindling more and more. Oh my. Yeah, back then you could say I formed a sort of friendship with the ruler of another kingdom. That kingdom needed help because they were facing a similar problem. But in the end, that kingdom was only exploiting me, and then they betrayed me. So, I had to borrow funds from other kingdoms, and now our kingdom is burdened with considerable debt. I've been trying to find other sources of income just to keep things stable. After I explained all my troubles through full of metaphors, Justin said nothing for a while. Silence wrapped itself around the air between us. Do you know why the lion is honored as the king of the forest, your Majesty? For a second I feel confused by his sudden question about lions. Because they're majestic? Indeed. They are majestic. They're fearsome. They're resilient apex predators, standing at the very top. Now imagine a rabbit. Why is the rabbit never called the king of the forest? Because rabbits are too gentle, small, not frightening enough? Gentle. Far too hesitant. And, tragically human. And most importantly, trusting others a little too easily. Very noble qualities for a suffering soul, less so for a king. You thought that by helping others they would like you, that they would smile at you, stand beside you, and call you a friend. And then boom! What a delightful surprise! You have been fooled, tricked, played like a lovely little tune. He laughed maniacally. Isn't that just perfectly ironic? Justin spoke with a smile, each laugh delicate and polite, yet every word felt like a sharp blade pressed against my chest. I imagine he said maniacally, but he also said, like, delicate and polite, so I imagine it'd be like, You know, like kind of like all pompous. I once read that a jester's task in a kingdom is to entertain, and a part of that is revealing truth through jest. Yeah, jesters were crazy cool if you think about it. Like, back then, you make one bad joke and they chop your head off. But also, at the same time, sometimes it was said that jesters were some of the king's best friends. You know? Sometimes, like, because the jester was one of the only people that, as long as it was funny enough, the jester was one of the only people who could, like, literally make fun of a king sometimes, right? So, and, like, tell him the truth when he needed to hear it, kind of thing. So, they were usually very, like, charismatic, very wise people. And at the same time, really stupid ones, because there was a lot of kings who also killed a lot of jesters. So, you know, sometimes it really didn't fucking matter. Okay. Laugh with it. That's annoying. What? Laugh with it. I see it now. Yes, I must follow the game. Ha 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 ha. You're not wrong, Justin. You see, Your Majesty, the rules of this world are not some sweet little fable where kindness is always repaid in kind. I believe you already know it. Sometimes the game is far simpler than that. Sometimes the rule is merely eat or be eaten. Do you mean I should become a lion? Oh no, Your Majesty. That won't be necessary. Why? The look on your face alone, so deprived of sleep, is already quite terrifying. Rude! I don't look that bad when I've got, like, the bags and stuff. What the hell, man? He laughs mockingly as he watches me frown. Forgive me, Your Majesty. I was only joking. I'm not telling you to become a lion. Have you ever considered combining a rabbit and a lion? That's fucked up, Justin. Nobody want to see all of that, man. I don't want to chop a lion in half and put it with half a rabbit. I don't want to see a rabbit and a lion try to mate. That's out of the question, okay? Wouldn't that look like some kind of mutant? Not that sort of combination, Your Majesty. Yeah, I figured. He waves a finger lightly. The appearance of a rabbit, yet the heart of a lion. Like a wolf beneath sheep's clothing, if you ask me. He paused. And also, trust only those around you whom you truly know. Those who will remain loyal to you, no matter what. Difficult, yes, but that is simply the truth. And after that, perhaps those loyal to you may even help you destroy the ones who have hurt you. Just for you. You do understand what I mean, do you not, Your Majesty? His words leave me lost in thought. Now that I think about it, I really am a people pleaser. I understand, but changing isn't that easy. Justin lets out a soft chuckle. His eyes narrow as his smile slowly widens. Quite right, Your Majesty, and that is precisely why. Perhaps instead of asking what more you can give, you should ask yourself what you are still refusing to take. Jingle, jangle, jingle. Justin steps away from me, giving me space to ponder the meaning of his words. His words are always hard to understand. He clapped his hands, snapping me out of my thoughts. Now, allow me to present you with entertainment. You must be tired working all day, yes, Your Majesty? Much as I adore that expression of yours, like a bat awakened in broad daylight, I would still rather not seeing you forever wearing a face so utterly devoid of joy. He chuckles softly. Leaves me with far too little to laugh at. I shall make you smile once more, melting the chill of your life with the fire of delight I bring. Allow me Justin snapped his fingers. In an instant, something appears on his hands. It was a small rectangular object, wrapped in a layer of gold and tied neatly with a red ribbon. What is it? Justin then handed it to me, allowing me to open it myself. Chocolate? Indeed, Your Majesty. Everyone loves chocolate. Who doesn't? So I do hope you'll like it. And it's not just any ordinary chocolate. I crafted every step of it with all my heart, carefully, gently, and with the utmost devotion. Ew, your heart? So I hope you'll savor my handmade chocolate, and not forget the color of its wrapping, Your Majesty. Red ribbon, gold wrapper? Okay. Eat it, sure. Let's get drugged. This worked out really well for me in the Freak Circus. Eat. Well, since it was already given to me, I couldn't refuse. I didn't have the heart to. I broke off a piece of the chocolate and put it into my mouth. The moment it touched my tongue, I could feel it melting. But at the same time, I saw Justin's smile sharpen, as that was when I felt it. A burning sensation spread across my tongue. Oh dear, it seems someone forgot the color of the wrapping. Justin chuckled softly at my face, turning red from the heat. What kind of chocolate is this? It's chocolate, of course, but I find the usual ingredients rather dull. Nothing new. How boring. And then, a brilliant idea struck me. Why not add something new to the recipe? So I added chili powder. I stared at him, completely speechless. What kind of thinking is that? Okay, but like, spicy chocolate is actually pretty good. Like, there was this place I used to go to that sold a spicy brownie, and that was pretty good, man. That stuff was fire, man. Quite literally, but also really good. I don't know, it just tastes more chocolatey at the same time when it's spicy. I don't know. Okay, completely speechless. What kind of thinking is that? And that's also way better than being roofied, so thanks. Poor you, Your Majesty. But that flustered, reddened expression of yours is simply adorable. Justin then handed me a glass of water to drink. How did I fall for his prank so easily? I would have preferred a glass of his milk. Please forgive me, Your Majesty. I'll give you a proper entertainment this time. I promise this isn't another prank. Justin snapped his fingers. Balls! Yeah, just balls in my face. Put your balls in my face, bro. Balls? Correct. Without waiting any longer, he began to juggle with remarkable skill. The balls flew from one hand to another, mixed with a few flashy tricks. It was obvious he had done this countless times before. Then his gaze shifted towards me. You must continue my juggling, Your Majesty. Wait, what? Before I could finish my sentence, Justin tossed all the balls towards me. No matter how hard I tried, it was hopeless. The balls slipped from my hands and hit the floor before I could even keep them in the air. Seeing my pathetic attempt, Justin burst into laughter. Truly, Your Majesty, you cannot even catch them, let alone juggle. Of course not, I've never done this before. The balls rolled over the across the stage, scattering at my feet. Do not look so defeated already, Your Majesty. Here I thought humans were quite good at catching things. Opportunities, promises, responsibilities. He chuckled softly, as if he had just told a harmless joke. You threw them at me without warning. Did I? He tilts his head, the bells on his hood chiming faintly. My apologies, then. Sometimes I forget that not everyone enjoys surprises as much as I do. He bent down and picked up one of the fallen balls, spinning it lightly on his palm. Tell me, what do you think juggling is, Your Majesty? How about you juggle these nuts in your... Sorry, throwing things? Trying not to drop them? Oh, an honest answer. I like that. Juggling is balance, timing, knowing which ball to catch first, and which one you must allow to fall. Casually tosses the ball into the air, catching it with ease. Then he lets the ball slip from his fingers and hits the stage with a dull sound. Then he stares back at me. Well, as the jester who's good at juggling, why don't you just teach me? He freezes for a moment. Teach you? You mean, teach you how to juggle? Yes, at the very least, I want to try not to drop them right away. Truthfully, I'm already exhausted, but I feel like I cannot stop here. Justin's surprised expression slowly turns into a wide smile. Oh, interesting. Very well, then. He picks up the balls that had fallen and hands them back to me. Go on, give it a try. I brace myself and start tossing the balls, but Justin's gaze makes me nervous. Even so, I throw them into the air. Justin lets out a little soft laugh as he watches my attempt. Your Majesty, it can hardly be called juggling if you do it that slowly. Oh, come on, I'm learning here. He snaps his fingers, and suddenly more balls appear in his hand. He begins juggling as well, though it feels less like practice and more like showing off. He performs trick after trick with ease, while I continue tossing the balls slowly, what I insist on calling juggling. The way he teases me is genuinely irritating. When I try to speed up, a few balls nearly slip from my hands, and some fall to the floor. Come now, just accept it. You simply can't do it, Your Majesty. I asked you to teach me, not mocking me. I don't feel like you teach me something about juggling. I do, my dear. I teach you through experience. I don't think that's how it works. Ah, but what a truly remarkable enthusiasm for learning, dear. Such dedication surely deserves a gift. Justin suddenly tosses a single ball towards me, startling me and causing all of my balls to fall. As I try to catch it, the ball suddenly vanishes into thin air. Oh, it seems your catching skills are just as dreadful, Your Majesty. He's not wrong, he Justin. Yeah. Allow me. I shall catch it for you. His arm reaches out, stopping just behind my ear. Care to guess where the ball is? I don't know, man. Let's go. Well, I forget the turn of phrase that I always say. Left. Mid-arm, middle, his face. Reach into his mouth. Let's go with the red hand, left. Okay, it says Justin says this, but when I choose his left hand, a small snake doll appears. An excellent choice, Your Majesty. A gift from me to you. He takes a step back. Did he just do a magic trick? Oh, that's so cool. How did you do that? Justin fell silent for a moment, where his smile slowly returned. That is a jester's secret, my dear. I could never tell you. Justin said teasingly. Then, can I see more? Oh. Why did he make that expression? Did I say something wrong? Hey, fucking yo! What the hell? Such a curious little thing. He started to clench his hand, then began pulling a piece of cloth from his palm. As he pulled, the cloth only grew longer and longer. How is that possible? He squeezed the cloth tightly. What is he doing now? When he opened it again, a small rabbit doll suddenly appeared inside. Oh, that's amazing! And now, the Royal Jester's magic show has come to an end. Thank you for your attention. I believe your time in this kingdom has now come to an end. I'm confused by what he means, but when I glance at my watch, it read 5:30 a.m. Oh, my shift is over. He takes my hand and presses a kiss to the back of it. His lips feel cold, yet the sensation sends heat racing through my body and straight to my heart. Then, until we meet again, sweet human. After saying that, Justin walks towards the dark side of the stage and disappears. I finally return to my small, miserable apartment. And what happened today was truly something. Living puppets and being treated like some kind of king. What a strange day. Feels like I'm going crazy. Should I go back again tomorrow? This whole situation feels so creepy. Of course I have to go. My debt won't be paid by itself. I need the money. Looking for another job would be far too difficult for me right now. Don't know what will happen to me later. For now, I better get some sleep. I'm utterly exhausted. Oh my god, chat. You're bald! Peanuts is bald! Seconds passed. Then hours. Days. Weeks. Months. Years. It has been so very long since all of that faded away. And after so long, I finally found you. My king. Your Majesty. I truly thank you for today. You've made me so unbearably happy. But you will come again tonight, won't you? Of course you will. There's still so many things we can do together. I simply couldn't bear it if you couldn't. I'll teach you juggling. You said you wanted me to, didn't you? Then I'll teach you everything. Every trick, every motion, until your hands move exactly the way mine do. Then I'll show you my magic tricks, ones I promise will steal your breath away. Oh, and there are so many puppets waiting for you to meet, to arrange, to belong where you want them. And then, we can dine together, sleep together, sing together, dance together, always together. And then... Oh, sweet tart and cream, there are simply too many things we could do that I hardly know where to begin, as long as you never leave my side. Truly, what have you done to me, your Majesty? I'm beginning to believe you're a sorcerer of terrifying power. Even Wizzy, the royal mage, couldn't twist a heart like this. I scarcely recognize myself anymore, your Majesty. But somehow, I don't wish to go back. The kingdom needs you. I need you. No. I want you.
Not.
I crave you. My king. Peanuts. I've never felt anything this overwhelming before. I want to stay by your side. Watch you breathe, carve your image into my mind, touch you, and perhaps sink even deeper into you, until there's nothing left but us. Ah, no. How improper of me, a mere jester touching his king so boldly. But if you were to grant me permission, I would cherish every inch of you with the utmost devotion. Oh, my king, I can hardly endure the wait to see you again. I wish time would rush forward, and yet freeze completely when I am with you. If only I could bend time itself just for you. I'll take my leave now, my king. May your dreams be filled with me. Peanuts. I can't, dude, I can't. That's so good. Holy shit, dude. Okay. Okay, there's a couple more routes, but Peanuts. Wow, Peanuts getting it, bro. Peanuts getting it. But not really, because you the king, Peanuts. Okay. I almost broke out into laughter when he said Wizzy the Wizard. Of course the wizard's name is Wizzy, of course. I'm not gonna lie, I think the name's hilariously fitting, obviously. Such a modern take on words. I honestly thought his name would be, obviously, I'm going to be extremely honest before we continue. This game takes a lot from the Freak Circus, right? It's very, very, very similar. The duality between Pierrot and Justin is extremely similar. In fact, it is almost the exact same dynamic. Not the exact, but it is really damn close. Down to even him breaking into your room on night 1, right? And day 1, basically the end of day 1 being there. Let's go check out some other endings, but yeah, I'm having fun with it. It's fun. I like it. It's cool. The Freak Circus is good. This is pretty good. I can see why. Okay. Let's just start from the very end. Let's work our way back, okay? So let's choose the right hand this time. So this time I got the bunny. When I choose his right hand, a small bunny doll appears. An excellent choice, Your Majesty. A gift from me to you. Okay, he takes a step back. Oh, so it's just the same, but I got the bunny this time. And, okay, this is the same. Can I see more? Did I say something wrong? So this is the same. I'm assuming he's gonna pull out the snake. Yeah. Okay, that's amazing. Wow. Okay, then I can skip. So it's the same. Okay. So, same option. Let's go to this one, and let's not eat the chocolate. I stared at the chocolate for a moment. I didn't want to refuse someone's gift, but my instincts told me something was off. Justin. Yes, Your Majesty. This isn't ordinary chocolate, is it? His smile didn't fade in the slightest as he looked back at me. Oh, and what makes you say that, Your Majesty? To be honest, it pains my heart that you would accuse me so. I gave you that chocolate sincerely. His smile slowly faded, replaced by the expression of someone deeply wounded. Don't trust him. Don't lie to me. There's something in this chocolate, isn't there? I won't be fooled. Justin let out a soft laugh, and with that alone, everything was proven. So someone didn't forget the color of the wrapping after all? You're sharper than you look, Your Majesty. Yes, I added something to the chocolate. I dropped the chocolate onto the floor. Oh, I dropped the chocolate on the floor. Then, what did you put in it? Don't tell me it's poison. Are you trying to kill me? Poison? Oh, Your Majesty, I'm not that cruel. It was merely a prank, and I would never do something so merciless for the sake of a joke. It's chocolate, of course, but I find the usual ingredients rather dull. Okay, same. Add the chili powder. I stare at him, completely speechless. What kind of thinking is that? Please forgive Your Majesty. Okay, so then it's the same. Balls. Balls, bro. Balls. Okay, same. So it's kind of minor differences. I'll trust him. Skip. Oh, never mind. It's the exact same. God damn it, bro. Okay, maybe we should go back to the beginning, because I feel like a lot of this stuff is, like, kind of minor, right? So let's go back to the very, very beginning this time. Let's check the puppets. Oh. Wait. All done. I'm done, actually. I'm done. I head straight back to my room and report to the boss. All my tasks are finished. Now all that's left is to stand guard. Is there? Really? Because I didn't do anything. Let's skip. Check the stage. Oh, shit! I didn't see this last time. I checked the camera at the stage. There's nothing... Wait a second. What the hell is that? Through the CCTV feed, I can see a figure standing upright at the center of the stage. It's hard to make out in the darkness, but I'm certain someone is there. Is it the vandals? How did they even get inside? So this time, instead of the knight, I'm gonna see him. Damn it, I need to check it right now. Before those vandals do something, it'll make my job even harder. Quickly grab a flashlight and a baton. Okay, rush to the theater hall. Step into the theater hall and look towards the darkened stage. It's too dark to see anyone clearly, but I'll have to get a closer. Boo! Ha! Ah! Still unprepared and struggling to process what was happening, I let out the loudest scream I have ever made when, without warning, the figure was already standing right in front of me. Gently covers my mouth as if signaling that he won't hurt me. Shh. I can feel my soul almost slip from my body for a second. Slowly, he pulls his hand away from my lips. The figure is dressed like a jester. Bells hang from the tips of its hood, and its outfit is colored red, black, white, and yellow. Wait a second, isn't that... That's the jester puppet that I checked earlier. You didn't do that this time, I just said back. But okay. He's moving on his own? How could that even be possible? I guess it's just a skip button. I guess you can just skip that intro part? Huh. Suddenly, I remember the list of duties I read before applying yesterday. Yo, have a good night, Mikey. Take it easy. Make sure none of the puppets are missing and walking around. At that moment, I believed it after seeing it with my own eyes and mind. This isn't a joke. They're alive. The puppet then snapped his fingers. In an instant, can I skip? Oh. Oh. Interesting. I don't want 7 as a name because that is a stupid name. Yeah. Is this the exact same? So you just skip that beginning part. So let's do something bad this time. Let's do something bad, okay? I'm gonna go to 3. Let's make this like a bad route. So let's you should find a solution yourselves. This is stupid. I'm not a king, I'm just a security guard. I want to go home. I think you can solve your problem on your own. I don't understand farming, and as a farmer, you should know better what to do. Your Majesty, I beg you. I beg you! The puppet holds my shoulder tightly. Really, really tight. Not again. Not again! Oh shit! It's a real person, I knew it! What is this? Suddenly my head began to throb violently, as if it were being twisted. My vision blurred, yet through the haze I saw something I couldn't even begin to understand. You won't leave me like he did, won't you? Don't leave me! Oopsie. Justin took hold of his shoulder and pulled him away from me. Didn't you hear what His Majesty said, my dear farmer friend? His Majesty said that you may find your own way out. At the very least, His Majesty believes in your abilities. To be granted trust by Her Majesty herself is as though you've been honored, or blessed by the Fairy Mother's miracle. You should feel honored. Now, it would be best for you to return and think carefully about what you must do. Do you understand, my friend? I understand. Please forgive my insolence, Your Majesty. With a heavy heart, the farmer finally leaves the kingdom. Upon hearing His Majesty's decision earlier, Justin merely wore his usual smile. I could feel Justin's sharp gaze directed at me. Not very different, huh? Huh? Did you say something? No, I didn't say anything, Your Majesty. You were not wrong. All the power is in your hands. You may do anything you wish with that power. Even though Justin said so, I could see his smile sharpen. Though to be perfectly honest, it's rather disappointing, if you were to ask me. Is it finished? Finished? Okay, I'm gonna skip. Okay, so this one, let's just agree. Let's just agree to sell the land. How decisive, Your Majesty. Gold has a way of making difficult choices appear simpler. Let us hope the land proves less costly than it seems. Very well. I shall inform our neighbors of Your Majesty's will. And I believe, for now, that the matters Your Majesty was required to resolve have reached the end of today's program. Finally, it ends. I don't know if my brain can handle these kingdom things anymore. We must be tired, Your Majesty. How about we do something calming? Perhaps a dance? Oh, different, okay. Justin offered his hand, inviting me to dance, but I've never danced before. That won't be a problem, Your Majesty. This dance is very slow. It won't trouble you at all. We sold the farmer's land? That'd be so fucking funny. I assumed it would have been like something like you sold the castle. You sold the land on which the castle stood, you fucking dumbass. I hesitated for a moment, but seeing that expression on his face, I felt I couldn't refuse. Alright. The moment I took his hand, but I feel like it's gonna be like, you sold the land that's like, basically like, made money for us. The moment I took his hand, the stage lights suddenly went out. It's a very loaded question though, obviously. And when they came back on, without realizing it, I was already in a dancing position. This is like the fucking Freak Circus all over again, man. He's like 6'7", and I'm like a goddamn midget over here, dude. What is this? I get it. I get it. Women love tall men. I understand, but at this rate, I might as well just suck his dick. And when they came back on without realizing it, I was already in a dancing position with the Jester. Justin's steps were as slow as he had promised, and I followed his rhythm. We didn't say a word, only the dance music filled the silence on the stage. You're doing quite well, Your Majesty. I'm just following you, and that is more than enough. The room fell silent once again. Why are we dancing in a graveyard, by the way? Do you know the name of this dance, Your Majesty? I don't think so. You could say this is the most iconic dance in the kingdom of Marionettes. At the end of every performance, we always dance this one. We call it Danse Macabre. Wait, we're not holding hands. He's holding my fucking wrist. Our steps grew more perfectly synchronized after Justin said that. Danse Macabre. I've never heard of it before. Why is it called that? Suddenly, a sharp dizziness washed over my head. My head. It hurts so much. I feel as though something inside me is being slowly pulled out. My steps faltered and my entire body weakened in an instant. But Justin's arm caught me, keeping me from falling. My whole body became weak and trembled. Justin, what is... Seconds passed. Then hours, days, weeks, months, years. It has been so very long since all of that faded away. And after so long, it seems fate has not yet chosen our side. In the end, this aimless fate of ours must continue on its path. Because ultimately, you are unworthy. Your reign as king ends here. Now it is time for you to rest peacefully. Close your eyes and let this dance guide you into eternal serenity. Finn? Yeah, I figured that was a bad ending considering we did a bad job. And then dancing at a graveyard is never a good sign, man. Someone ever takes you to a graveyard, you think, wow, this is so unique. Wow, this is really cool. Wow, is that an open, already dug grave? Wow, I'm fucking dead. Okay? It's not romantic. It's just an excuse to kill you, okay? And that's not romantic. Kidding. You know, you do you, chat. You want to die in the graveyard? That's fine. Not me, but you do you. Okay, this is the big one. These are the big questions, by the way. So I think last time we did a good job. I think the first time we played, we got like a really good ending, and that ending, we got a really bad ending. So let's try to be like a middle solution. Or maybe this wasn't the best option. Maybe money was just the best option, because water channels were too far in the future. So maybe just give them money. Maybe I could give them money. That way they could buy the things they needed. I thought money was too short-sighted, right? Because they'll just waste the money because they're farmers, you know? But maybe this is the right answer. What if I give you some funds? I'll provide whatever you need, whether it's to buy new seeds or to cover your daily needs. Upon hearing the king's decision to provide the farmers with as much funding as they needed, the farmer's heart danced with joy. Alright, that narrator's voice starting to make me uneasy. Oh, of course, Your Majesty. That sounds like a good idea. Thank you very much. With a joyful heart, the farmer finally left the palace to deliver the good news. The farmer puppet then stood up and left the stage. I could feel Justin's gaze fixed on me. Oh, Your Majesty. Such a truly wise and kind-hearted decision. Providing the farmers with funds to meet their basic needs, it is not a bad idea at all. He paused. You're so kind, Your Majesty, and kindness is a beautiful thing. But when given without limits, it turns into expectation. He tilted his head. Tell me, how many coins does it take to feed a kingdom? That's... Ah, forgive me. I forgot you were very generous. He smiled. The kingdom must be quite small, if generosity alone is enough to sustain it. He is right. Being a king is really hard. I mean, I'm just a security guard, desperate for money just to survive. And now all of a sudden I'm being dragged into playing the role. It's really like a no answers right. Like, you're not given anything that's right, so... I mean, maybe, but not really. They could spin it in like a way that it works, but yeah. Finished. Okay, let's try skipping. Let's try agreeing this time. No, wait, no, refusing this time. Oh, to turn down such generosity. How admirable. One can only hope our neighbors share Your Majesty's appreciation for principles. Very well, then. I shall inform our neighbors of Your Majesty's will. Skip. Okay, so we're on the longer path. I once read the Jester's task. So this time, that's annoying. The way he said that, his words piercing deadly through my heart. Won't lie, that's so annoying. You see, Your Majesty, the rules of this world are not some sweet little fable. Okay, I'm gonna keep skipping. Don't eat the chocolates. Don't trust him. Don't lie to me. Yeah, don't trust him. Balls. Let's pick the left for the snake. Damn, it was the same. Okay, so there's 3 endings in this demo, by the way. That's why I'm going for something else. I want to see what maybe the 3rd ending is. There's a good ending, a bad ending, and a secret ending. But I'm trying to find which one is how to get the secret ending. By the way, I've been joking around with the language, by the way. This game is not written by someone who's an English speaker. Totally understandable. I just want you guys to know that I'm just having fun with it because I always like it. I always think it's just a little funny to see translation, just errors in the text. But don't hate. It's pretty well done. Okay. At least on that part, it's pretty well done. The art is really well done. It's a fun game, you know? It's not bad. I'm having fun with it, so that much is true. Okay. Okay, there is... Okay. Okay. Wait, what? Main menu. Did I hit start? Yeah, I did. I hit start. Sorry, my bad. I meant to load. Okay. Farmers. We are farmers. Bum ba dum bum 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 bum. Sorry. Oh, sorry. My bad. Okay. Okay, back to the farmer. Give them new seeds. Crops failed during the dry season. If I remember correctly, there are plants that can survive dry conditions. Are there any crops that can survive droughts? The farmer fell silent, thinking. There are, Your Majesty. Tomatoes, corn, and root crops, for example. Then how about we switch to crops that can survive the dry season? I will provide the seeds you need. Upon hearing the king's decision to provide the new seeds for farmers, the farmer's heart danced with joy. Alright, okay. Oh, he left? I understand, Your Majesty. Thank you for your help. Wait, where did he go? But the farmer stood up and left. I could feel Justin's gaze on me. Oh, okay. Such a wise decision, Your Majesty. Choosing crops that can endure the harsh sunlight of the dry season, so the farmers no longer need to worry about their crops dying. Your way of thinking truly looks far ahead. You genuinely considered what their future might be like. He paused. Brilliant plan for tomorrow. But what shall they eat tonight? I freeze. Do you remember what kind of problem the farmer had just now? Huh. The drought caused the crops to fail, leaving them with no income to buy new seeds and no money to meet their daily needs. Oh, excellent. You remembered. 5 stars for vision. Crops do not grow overnight, Your Majesty. I trust you are aware of that. Okay. Seems you may need to do a little more than that. Oh, he's right. Being a king is really hard. Okay. It's finished. Okay. Okay, we did that. Okay, let's agree with him. Skip. I died instantly. No, I died instantly. Why did I die instantly, bro? Oh no, wait, okay. Never mind. That was bad. That was bad. That was bad. Okay, give them new seeds. Refuse. Oh. Okay, sorry. That was the wrong thing. Oh my god. Okay. Funny. Laugh. Ha ha ha, bro. Don't eat it. Don't trust him. Don't fucking eat that shit. Balls or collar. Okay, something new. Okay, we got something new. Collar. Don't put a collar on me. I'm not your dog. You will be my dog. You will bark for me. A collar? In his hand appears a red collar with a golden bell at its center. That is correct, Your Majesty. He then removes... I feel like I found it. He then removes his tie and loosens his collar. Confused, I can only remain seated, unable to move. The moment he places the collar around his neck... Yes! Bark for me, dog. I begin to understand what he intends. Once it is fastened, he gently places the leash into my hand. I take it. I know too many women that would bark for this, even though he's the one that's supposed to be barking.
Not.
Please. Wait, was the farmer an old security guard, or am I slow? No idea. I don't know if that's really been explained, bro. I don't think that's really been explained. If it's an old security guard, or just someone who came into this place, or maybe this is literally like the old workers of the facility trapped. I don't know, bro. It's day 1. It's just a demo. Sorry to say. We can theory craft, but I don't want to give you a definitive answer because I don't think there is one yet. His voice grows heavy. I am yours to command, Your Majesty. Do with me whatever you wish. How do things end up like this? Justin, this... You may command me to do anything, Your Majesty. Sit, lie down, open my mouth. Whatever you order, I shall obey. Please, relax yourself, Your Majesty, and enjoy yourself with me. Hey, fucking yo, what? Excuse me! I will entertain you. I've never done anything like this before. But if he says he'll do anything, then I suppose. Fine. Sit, boy. That's funny. The moment I give the order... I like how he noticeably didn't get any shorter, by the way. The moment I give the order, Justin obediently sits on the stage floor. He looks straight at me, waiting for my next command. It tells me that his legs are really short, but his torso is just fucking massive. Now we see why there's a bed in the office. I knew the moment I saw that bed in the office, man. I knew the moment I saw it. I decided to tug on his collar, drawing a surprised gasp from him. What the fuck, chat? You're horny as shit. His smile only widens. Your Majesty. Come closer. He crawls towards me. I can't believe I'm really doing this. He's fucking yowie sized, bro. And I'm bald. But strangely, despite me still feeling scared, it feels exciting. Watching the face I've never been able to read behind that constant smile slowly shift into something almost adorable. I'd assumed you were inexperienced, Your Majesty. Yet from what I am witnessing now, you resemble someone who is far more accustomed to such things. BDSM with others. For just a fleeting second, the warmth in his smile falters. Something darker slips through, an emotion I can't quite name, sharp and sudden before he masks it again. Of course not, I've never done anything like this before. I'm only following my instincts. Yeah, I'm a born dom. Is that so? On impulse, I lift my hand and gently run my fingers through his hood. For a moment, he stiffens, just slightly as if caught off guard by the tenderness of the gesture. Then slowly, he relaxes. Justin closes his eyes and leans into my touch, as though seeking more of it. The smile he wears now is different from his usual one. It's softer, unguarded, almost vulnerable. It seems like he likes it. You're a kind person, Your Majesty. What makes you think that? I had expected you to be rough with me in this situation. That's for the bet. But instead you chose to touch me gently. It feels strange, but I certainly will not complain about that. Is being gentle really that strange? For a king it is. Hey, yo. Who are you looking at? Don't look at me like that. I'm startled when Justin suddenly lowers his head into my lap. For some reason, it feels as though I've gained a strange little pet. The fear and confusion I felt earlier slowly melt away, replaced by something unexpectedly calming. This is the first time I've ever felt something like this, Your Majesty. Felt what? I don't know. Strangely, I can't seem to put it into words. For someone who loves talking, I'm usually never at a loss when it comes to expressing what I feel, what I think. But this, I don't know. It feels like something like happiness, perhaps. Yet even that word doesn't quite seem right. Perhaps Your Majesty has cast a spell on me. I let out a small laugh at his ridiculous speculation. Don't be silly. Silence settles around us for a while, but it isn't awkward. Throughout it, I continue stroking Justin's head. This strange situation somehow makes me feel at ease. Even my miserable life has never felt quite like this. After several minutes in the same position, Justin finally snaps his fingers, and in an instant the collar around his neck vanishes. I believe your time in this kingdom has come to an end. Oh, okay, I'm gonna hit skip, just to see if it's any different. Oh, there we go. So now he's back to stalking me. We can play again like we did earlier, Your Majesty. I'm your loyal Jester, kneeling before my master like a devoted hound. Oh, you have no idea how that feeling made my heart race. How it made me feel as though I belonged to you. Yes, I belong to you, King Peanuts. We can die. Okay, is that the same? I feel as though I've been caught in your web, wrapped tightly, unable to escape, simply waiting to be devoured by you. And yet, I don't think I want to struggle at all. I scarcely recognize myself anymore, Your Majesty, but somehow I don't wish to go back. The kingdom needs you, I need you. Okay. And then it's the same. Okay, so I don't think that's the secret ending, because it's still a very similar ending. But let's maybe go back and try lie down. The moment I give the order, Justin obediently lies down on the stage floor. After he lies down, I begin to walk towards it. He looks up at me from below, waiting for my next command. Hey, fucking, yo, what's going on, man? I decide to tug on his collar, drawing a surprised gasp from him. Smile only widens. Your Majesty. Alright, I've never done anything like this in my life. What do people usually do in situations like this? I've seen people step on their partners before. Should I try that? Damn, Jet, you crazy. Step on me, mommy. Armed with the little knowledge I picked up from the internet, I carefully placed my foot on his chest. I do place my foot there, but I'm certain he can tell I'm still hesitant. I'm not putting any real pressure on him. Your Majesty, you're very adorable. You're trying to be rough, It seems your heart is far too gentle for that. Just as I thought, he noticed. It's very sweet, knowing you don't want to hurt me, your majesty, but rest assured I'll be just fine. So if you wish to be rough with me, please don't hesitate. My heart starts pounding, sweet sweat dampening on my back. How am I supposed to know when I've gone too far when I haven't? Sensing my fear and uncertainty, Justin decides to guide me there instead. Focus your strength in your foot and slowly press it against my chest. Follow his instructions. Shift my weight into my foot and gently press down on Justin's chest. Very good. See, I'm still perfectly fine. I nod. Now try stomping down, your majesty. Just once. When I stomp my foot against his chest, Justin lets out a soft sound that instantly makes my heart pound even harder. This strangely feels good. Now you're learning, your majesty. Try stepping on my chest while tugging on my collar. Press my foot against his chest again while tugging on his collar. Ah. Justin's face grows even redder. How is your gift so far, your majesty? Are you enjoying it? Hey, Sammy's thirsty. Go drink some water, Sammy. Yeah, this is nice. Everybody drink up. Get a hydrate in, okay? Maybe I could try something else. This time I place my hand on his chest and slowly run it over him instead. Oh, I see. From being rough to being gentle. Are you rewarding me for pleasing you, your majesty? You could think of it that way. My hand, which was resting on his chest, slowly moves up to his neck, to the collar around it. I begin stroking his neck slowly. Your majesty. That's strange. When I brushed my hand along his neck, the texture wasn't hard like the surface of a puppet I had imagined. Because they're not puppets. It felt soft, just like human skin, but colder. I ain't thirsty yet. What kind of puppet is he really? A human puppet? After lingering there for a moment, my hand moves upward to his cheek. Every sound he makes in response to my touch feels strangely satisfying to hear. His eyes look hazy, his face flushed. Incredible that a puppet can feel something like this. My thumb gently brushes over his lips. Your majesty, I've never felt anything like this before. You mean the feeling of BDSM? Stop! That's too... MC is just so fucking deadpan, it's hilarious. No tact. Nothing. Absolutely nothing going on in Peanuts' head, man. No. I felt that plenty of times before. What I mean is this feeling, the one I can't even put into words. It feels pleasant, but I'm not certain that word is quite right to describe what I'm feeling right now. Tell me, your majesty, have you perhaps used forbidden magic on me? I let out a confused laugh at his ridiculous speculation. Don't be silly. This strange situation somehow makes me feel at ease. Even my miserable life has never felt quite like this. After several minutes, Justin finally snaps his finger. In an instant, his collar vanishes. Is this the same? Yeah, it's the same. Okay, give me 1 second, chat. I'm not horny. You're horny. I'm doing stuff to the clown. All done. Skip. Check storage. Run. Without a second thought, I spun around and ran straight towards my office. Once I reached it, I locked the door as quickly as I could. Oh, no. The puppet was really alive. It talked. Am I dreaming? Feels like I've lost my mind, or maybe I already had. Tried to calm myself and slowly stepped backward, keeping my eyes on the door. I braced myself for the puppet's arrival in my office, but even after 5 minutes passed, I heard nothing. Did the puppet not follow me? Oh, well. This is about to feel relieved. When suddenly a hand covered my eyes. My entire body froze as I sensed someone standing behind me. Since when? I didn't dare scream or struggle. I was far too afraid. I expected you to scream, but it seems you're a good child. Far better than I anticipated. Please don't call me a child. Please don't do that. That's weird, bro. That's weird. Don't call me a child. Translator, game developer, hear me out. Change that now. Change that now, okay? Change it now. I don't care. Change it. Change it. Change it to anything else. A soft voice whispered right against my ear. It's high-pitched, oddly playful, almost childlike. Then I feel another hand slowly rest on my shoulder, making me flinch. Easy now, the danger has passed. You may allow yourself to relax. Why don't you come with me for the time being? I assure you I am not someone you need to fear. After all, any guest who sets foot in this kingdom ought to be welcomed properly. Wouldn't you agree? Alright, whoever's standing behind me sounds friendly enough. Still, it's probably best if I just go along with it. And on my head. Excellent. Now come with me. Okay, skip. What is my name? 7. Okay. Let's try other names. Maybe Niter. Niter? Is that how they spelled his name? Niter. What? Niter? oh, are the heavens and earth trying to play a joke on me? It's certainly a bold and heroic-sounding name, I'll grant you that. But I simply can't allow you to keep it. If the grumpy master were to find out, oh, I dread to imagine how many pieces you'd end up in. Grumpy master? So I suggest you choose another name. Okay. What about Crown Us? That's the previous king's name, isn't it? Oh, really? Ah, it's really an honor to be meeting you, Crown Us. Crown Us, what a lovely name for such a lovely soul. And your pronoun is I, he, him. Understood? I'm gonna skip. I'm gonna save here because I don't know if I feel like that was weird. They let me keep the name, so let's try to be nice. Give them money. Suddenly my head feels so hurt. Everything around me becomes a blur. Wait, what? What? How unfortunate, my poor farmers. As your queen, it is only natural that I provide for you. I will never ignore your hardships. Oh, I'm getting taken over. Money, finer seeds of the highest quality, perhaps food to ease your burdens. Oh, your majesty is far too gracious. However, if I am to pour my generosity upon you, shouldn't you offer something in return? It would be terribly unfair otherwise, wouldn't it? I give, and you simply receive. No, if I am to bless you with such kindness, then I expect your loyalty and your labor to reflect your gratitude. You're absolutely right, your majesty. I will devote myself entirely. How remarkable, your majesty. One can only hope your actions prove as sweet as your words. Indeed. Yes, indeed. Is it finished? Let's skip again. This is starting to sound complicated. What should I do? Refuse. Oh, for trade, you say? This is quite an interesting offer. Very well, why not? I said no. I make this decision for the sake of my people. Trade will become far more convenient for them, and at the same time, we may establish stronger ties with another kingdom. Yes, that is certainly an understandable decision, your majesty. From your words, you appear deeply concerned for your people. But what of the citizens who reside upon the land you intend to sell, your majesty? If you part with it, would that not mean they must abandon their homes? It does seem rather contradictory to what you just said about caring so dearly for your people. Unless you are a liar, your majesty. Haha, Jester, are you questioning my decision? Oh, of course not, your majesty. How foolish of me to even think of questioning your judgment. Indeed, this is all for the good of the entire kingdom. Very well then. I shall inform our neighbors of your Majesty's will. And I believe that for now, the matters your Majesty was required to resolve have reached the end of today's program. You may rest your head now, your Majesty. Oh, I nearly forgot, your Majesty. Before that, I have a gift for you. Huh? What gift? A rope suddenly coiled around my body after Justin snapped his fingers. He snapped his fingers once more. An axe appeared in his hand. Panic seized me instantly. He just wants to ask you a question. What are you doing? Without answering my question, Justin swung the axe towards my neck. I like this CG the most. Ow. Hope you have a nice dream this time, Cronus. Okay, and I think that is the secret ending. Probably. Most likely. It's a different ending. I'm going to take that as 3 endings, okay? Okay. That was cool. Skill issue. I think it was intentional. I think I wanted to die. So, obviously, Cronus was probably the last king, or queen specifically. Probably queen, as I think this is very much written for, like, women first, then men. So probably a queen before us. And they were probably really bad, really shitty, really greedy, really didn't care, just wanted the people full loyalty without actual, like, you know, reverence for them, you know. Like, I assume they did a lot of bad decisions, like we were forced to make, even though they were against what I picked, kind of thing, you know? Although I do think the first decision, that kind of is what you have to do, right? The first decision for a king or a queen, I don't think Kronos was exactly wrong, because it's like, yeah, you have to give them money and funds and the water channels and seeds, but in return, they have to pay taxes, you know, kind of thing. In return, they have to, you know, give something back to the kingdom, like pay a debt, you know? Which I don't think is entirely evil. That's the only way a kingdom can run, right? Without problems. But then the second thing comes along, and that one's where it's like, well, now it's like, you know, now the queen's being a little, like, just greedy, right? Because you don't want to sell random land to another kingdom. Why would they trade with you more? They just want your land, and they're just going to give you a bunch of money, and they probably want something specific on that land. But anyways, more specifically talking about the game, I'm enjoying it a lot. I like this little lore in the background. Reminds me very much of the Freak Circus once again. I mean, obviously, if the Freak Circus isn't like an inspiration, I would assume stuff like the Digital Circus is, because of the cast. There's probably going to be like a puppet, like a wacky, quirky puppet for every, like, character that we meet, every room, you know, that we saw earlier, you know, the chef, the other, the butler. We already saw the butler, actually. There was a chef one, there was the knight one, there was a couple others. I already forget what the other ones were, but obviously there's probably gonna be a quirky character for each one of those, whether they be evil or good or funny, whatever. Clowns are in right now, if you didn't know, buddy old pals. I'm sure that's why you're watching the video, so I'm here for it. I like clowns. Give me a little bit of closey, dude. You know, I ain't afraid of no clown. So it's cool. I like the Yandere parts. It is very cool. I love that there's actually death endings. Something that I actually think separates this from the Freak Circus and probably makes it better, in my opinion, in a way. They're not afraid to actually show that this Yandere is actually a killer, you know? They're not afraid to show that the Yandere is, like, straight up, they will kill you if you cross them, kind of thing, if you break their love, kind of thing. So, very cool. I love when they do that, you know? Because I'm kind of sick and tired of these yanderes that are just like, I love you for no reason, I love you, and I will commit violence against others, but I'll never hurt you, baby. You know? But that's not really what a yandere is. Like, at the end of the day, they will hurt you. They love you to the point of violence. Whether that is against someone else, or you, or themselves. So, that's like a thing in the scene that we don't, like, that I've been seeing less and less of lately. So I'm really happy. I like that one point where he was, like, jealous that you, like, when it implied that you had participated in BDSM with someone else other than him. That was really random, the BDSM. Although I'm sure lots of people really enjoy it. That's also making a resurgence kind of thing, like pet play kind of thing, like that sort of thing. So I'm sure the fans will eat that up. Design is pretty good. I like that. And there's a good lore in the background, you know? And I really enjoy that. I hope they don't forget about that, because I want to know more about it. I will say tying the secret ending to a name. I mean, the name is right dead in center, so that's cool. But we'll definitely see how that goes. I'm not usually a big fan of stuff like that, just because people will miss it, and I want people to see your game. But it's cool. I found it. It was cool. And actually, there is a guide on the website, so if you needed to, you could look at the guide. I'm sure, actually, when we see more of the names of the other characters, I wonder if I'll go back and check the names to see what he says. I liked what he said about Niter. It was cool. It just forces you to pick another name. I mean, I guess we could pick Justin too, but I'm lazy and I don't want to do that. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. Here, let's just check the stage, and let's try Justin. Let's try Justin. Oh, sweet and tart cream, we share the same name. What a truly marvelous miracle. In that case, calling you by your name would be rather troublesome. It would feel strange to be calling myself. So instead, I shall bestow upon you a nickname. Sweetie. Doesn't it sound delightful? Sweet, just like a strawberry tart. And what's more, it even shames the same ending letters. Sweetie, Justin. Don't I sound like a genius? It's missing an N. Then sweeten. I suppose that will do. Sweeten. What a lovely name for such a lovely soul. Oh, okay, wow, that's cool. So he gives you a nickname, actually. Wow. Like that he didn't make you change the name. Well, there you go. For any hardcore lovers of Justin, you should pick that one, so he calls you his sweeten any time of the day. So you can... so he can probably make the pun, you sweeten my day every day. Some bullshit like that. I won't lie, he lays it on thick, but I really like that about him. I was planning on giving him the Jester voice I usually do, but I feel like fans would be really upset at me if I did that. The hey everybody, it's me, a Jester. The voice I do sometimes. Usually I do that for like side character jesters, like clowns, like hello everyone, and it's me, like kind of things like that, like, you know, like how a clown would talk, you know, they always put on that kind of voice. But I guess people would be upset with me if I did that, so I decided to just give him a regular voice. Anyways, fun game. I thought it was really good. I could see the potential. Obviously fans of the Freak Circus will love this, I think, and maybe some others too. Yeah, and I could see this definitely going a little more spicy than the Freak Circus does, so maybe that will be a thing too. Who knows? But with that, I'm clocking out. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Obviously, if you did, please clock that like button and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. If you don't know what I've been talking about with the Freak Circus this entire time, please go check it out. If you like this, you'll definitely like the Freak Circus. Came out a while ago. There's got 2 days of that game, and it's basically about dating a clown too, kind of. Because they're yanderes, and you don't really date a yandere. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. We upload daily. We play lots of visual novels, dating sims, horror games every day on the channel with new videos, so check it out. Like I said, if you enjoyed this, you'll definitely enjoy the rest. I'll leave the link for the Freak Circus at the end of the video and in the description. And with that, I'm clocking out. So thank you so much for watching once again, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.